Starting a new life is one of the most profound journeys you can undertake. It's not just about changing where you live or what you do, it's about reshaping who you are and how you view the world. And let me tell you, the path to a new life begins with the decision to change. It's a conscious choice that takes courage, effort, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. The first step in starting a new life is to embrace change. Change is inevitable, yet many of us resist it, fearing the discomfort that comes with stepping outside our comfort zones. But I want to remind you today that true growth happens when you venture into uncharted territory. You cannot create the life you desire while staying where you are. The moment you decide to embrace change, you open the door to endless possibilities. Next, you must let go of the past. Your past does not define you unless you allow it to. I know it can be hard to let go of old habits, past mistakes, or old narratives about who you are, but you must release them. It's time to free yourself from what no longer serves you. Your future is a blank canvas, and it's waiting for you to paint a new picture. Letting go is not about forgetting, it's about freeing your energy and focus for what's ahead. With a clear heart, now is the time to set goals. A new life requires a vision. What do you want for your future? Be specific. Break down your desires into actionable steps and set a plan to achieve them. It might seem daunting at first, but with every goal you accomplish, you move one step closer to the new life you've envisioned. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish, so make that plan and take those steps one day at a time. As you embark on this new chapter, you must cultivate a growth mindset. Life will challenge you, but those challenges are not setbacks. They are opportunities for growth. When you face obstacles, instead of seeing them as roadblocks, see them as stepping stones. The most successful people in the world are those who approach life with a mindset that no setback is permanent and no failure is final. Every challenge is a chance to learn, to adapt, and to grow stronger. And remember, the people you surround yourself with matter. You cannot change your life on your own. Seek out those who uplift, support, and challenge you to be your best. Surround yourself with positive, encouraging individuals who believe in your potential, and let go of relationships that drain your energy or hold you back. The company you keep will either propel you forward or keep you stuck. Finally, be patient and persistent. Transformation is not an overnight process. It takes time. It takes dedication. There will be days when you feel like giving up, but remember, every small step counts. Trust that the work you're doing today will pay off tomorrow. Believe in yourself. Keep pushing forward. And remember, the journey of starting a new life is as important as the destination. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready for a new life, take that first step today. Embrace the changes, set your goals, and let go of the past. Surround yourself with positivity, stay focused on your growth, and above all, remain patient and persistent. The new life you desire is not just a dream, it's within your reach. You just have to take the first step. Starting a new life begins with one essential choice: the willingness to embrace change. Change can be one of the most daunting concepts we face, and often it's the fear of the unknown that holds us back. But the reality is that change is the only constant in life. It's happening around us every single day, whether we choose to accept it or not. The key to transforming your life, to starting anew, is not in resisting change, but in welcoming it with open arms. Think about the moments in your life when you've experienced growth. Chances are they happened during times of change. Whether it was moving to a new place, starting a new job, or embarking on a new relationship, these moments of change offered new experiences and lessons. Without these shifts, we would remain stagnant, stuck in the same patterns, and unable to evolve into the person we are meant to become. Change, though it can be uncomfortable, often holds the very seeds of transformation. When we face the prospect of change, it's common to feel fear or anxiety. The unknown can feel like a threat because we don't have control over it. But I encourage you to shift your perspective. Instead of seeing change as something to fear, view it as an opportunity. Change is a tool for growth, a chance to break free from the limitations we have set for ourselves. It is the gateway to a life that is fuller, richer, and more aligned with our true purpose. In the process of embracing change, one of the most powerful things you can do is to shed your old mindset. It's easy to hold on to old ways of thinking, old habits, and familiar routines, but this can prevent you from reaching your full potential. Sometimes we cling to the past because it feels safe, but safety does not equal fulfillment. To start a new life, you must be willing to let go of the old beliefs and habits that no longer serve you. These might be things you've been holding on to for years, but they have limited your growth. This is where the real transformation begins, when you decide that the discomfort of change is far more worthwhile than the comfort of stagnation. Imagine stepping out of your comfort zone and choosing to embrace the uncertainty that comes with change. It may not be easy at first, but the reward is great. Every moment of change is an opportunity to learn something new about yourself. It's in the moments of discomfort that you often discover your true strength and resilience. You find out just how resourceful you are when faced with challenges, how creative you can be when there's no clear path ahead, and how much courage you possess when you're forced to confront your fears. Accepting change also means being adaptable. Life is unpredictable, and not every change will unfold the way you imagined. But this is where the magic happens. Adaptability allows you to flow with life, to bend instead of break. Life isn't about resisting the tides of change, it's about learning how to ride them. The more adaptable you are, the more open you will be to the possibilities that arise with every change. You may start a new job, for instance, and find that it doesn't align with your expectations. But instead of seeing this as a setback, you can embrace it as an opportunity to grow, to refine your skills, and to find a path that feels truer to you. Every change brings with it a chance to reimagine your future. Embracing change is also about making choices that align with your values and vision for the future. When you decide to embrace change, you take control of your life. You stop letting life simply happen to you and begin to take an active role in shaping your destiny. You have the power to choose how you respond to the changes around you, and your response will determine the outcome of your journey. The fear of change is often rooted in the belief that we won't be able to handle the challenges it brings. But trust in yourself. Every time you choose to embrace change, you build confidence in your ability to navigate the unknown. You prove to yourself that you are capable, resourceful, and resilient. Over time, as you begin to face change head-on, you'll find that the fear diminishes and the excitement grows. In the end, embracing change is not just about the external circumstances of life changing. It's about an internal shift. It's a mindset shift, a commitment to growth, and an acceptance that life is always evolving. To start a new life, you must be willing to embrace change, to let go of old patterns, and to step into the unknown with courage and confidence. Change is the foundation upon which a new life is built. And only by welcoming it will you create the life you truly deserve. Letting go of the past is often one of the most difficult, yet crucial steps in starting a new life. Our past is filled with memories, experiences, and emotions that shape who we are. But sometimes, these past experiences, particularly the negative ones, can hold us back from moving forward. To truly embrace a new life, it's essential to release the grip that the past has on us and allow ourselves to step into a future of possibility, growth, and fulfillment. The past can be a powerful force in our lives, and it's easy to get caught up in the stories we tell ourselves about what has happened. Whether it's a past mistake, a relationship that ended poorly, or a missed opportunity, these events can create narratives that define our present. Often, we carry these stories with us, even if they no longer serve us. These stories can weigh us down, filling us with regret, guilt, anger, or sadness. And while these emotions are valid, they are not meant to define us forever. To move forward, we must make the conscious decision to release the emotional hold that these past experiences have on us. Letting go of the past doesn't mean forgetting what happened or pretending it didn't have an impact. In fact, it's important to acknowledge the lessons learned and the growth that has come from those experiences. The past has shaped you, and you are stronger because of it. But holding on to past wounds, mistakes, or regrets can prevent you from living fully in the present and reaching for your future. Every time you revisit the past, you relive the pain, the regret, or the anger, and this keeps you anchored to a time that is no longer serving you. The process of letting go requires forgiveness both for others and for yourself. Many times, we hold on to past hurts because we feel justified in our anger or resentment. But the truth is, holding on to these emotions only hurts us in the end. Forgiveness is not about excusing the actions of others. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional burden of carrying that pain. When you forgive, you release the negative energy tied to the past, allowing yourself to heal and move forward. Forgiveness also means letting go of self-blame. So often, we carry guilt for decisions we made in the past, believing that we could have done things differently, or that we are somehow responsible for outcomes that were beyond our control. We beat ourselves up over missed opportunities, failed relationships, or mistakes made along the way. But this self-blame keeps us trapped in a cycle of regret. The truth is, you did the best you could with the knowledge and resources you had at the time. Now, as you grow, you have the wisdom and experience to make different choices. Release the guilt and embrace the lessons. The past is gone, but its lessons remain with you, ready to help guide your future. In letting go of the past, you also make room for the future. When we cling to what has already happened, we close ourselves off to new possibilities. Our vision becomes clouded by old experiences, and we miss out on the opportunities that lie ahead. But when we release the past, we create space for new experiences, new people, and new dreams. This space is where growth occurs, where creativity flows, and where a new life can truly begin. Letting go allows you to open your heart and mind to the potential of what could be. One of the most powerful tools in letting go of the past is shifting your mindset. It's about reframing your perspective on your experiences. Instead of seeing the past as a series of failures or regrets, choose to see it as a series of lessons. Every experience, good or bad, has taught you something valuable. It may have taught you resilience, strength, or patience. It may have shown you what you truly value or what you no longer want in your life. The past doesn't define your worth. It merely contributes to your growth. Another essential aspect of letting go is embracing the present moment. Too often, we are so focused on what has happened or what might happen that we forget to live in the here and now. But the present moment is where life happens. When you let go of the past, you open yourself up to experiencing life fully. You can take risks, follow your dreams, and create new memories without being weighed down by old stories. Letting go of the past is a process, and it won't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and a commitment to your own healing. You may find that certain memories or emotions resurface, but this is part of the journey. Every time you face the past and choose to let go, you take one more step toward freedom. You give yourself permission to live a life that is no longer defined by what was, but by what is and what could be. So, as you embark on the journey of starting a new life, remember that the past is not your prison. It's your foundation. Release its hold. Forgive yourself and others, and make room for the future that is waiting for you. You deserve to move forward with an open heart, free from the weight of yesterday, and ready to embrace the limitless possibilities of today and tomorrow. Building self-belief is at the core of starting a new life, because nothing is more transformative than the confidence that comes from knowing you are capable of creating the life you desire. It's easy to get caught up in self-doubt, especially when faced with challenges or the uncertainty of change. But to truly move forward and embrace a new life, you must cultivate a strong sense of self-belief. This belief in yourself acts as the foundation upon which you can build the life you want. It's the driving force behind taking bold steps, making decisions, and facing life's obstacles with resilience. The first step to building self-belief is understanding that it's not something you are born with. It's something you develop over time. Self-belief is cultivated through experience, through learning, and through consistent practice. Every time you achieve something, no matter how small, it strengthens your belief in yourself. Likewise, every time you overcome a challenge, face a fear, or push through a difficult moment, you prove to yourself that you have the ability to succeed. In this way, self-belief is built one action at a time. In the beginning, it may feel difficult to believe in yourself, especially if you've been conditioned by past experiences or negative self-talk. If you faced failure, criticism, or rejection, it can be tempting to internalize these moments and see them as proof that you are not capable. But this is not the truth. Failure is not a reflection of your worth. It's simply part of the process of learning and growing. The key is to shift your mindset and stop seeing failure as an end, but as a valuable lesson on the path to success. Each failure is an opportunity to learn something new, to build resilience, and to refine your approach. The most successful people in the world are often those who have failed the most because they have learned how to get up and keep going. Building self-belief also involves letting go of the need for external validation. So often, we look to others for approval or reassurance, believing that their opinions of us define our value. But this external validation is fleeting and unreliable. What truly matters is how you see yourself. When you learn to validate your own worth, when you understand that your value is intrinsic and not dependent on anyone else's approval, you become unstoppable. This doesn't mean that feedback and support from others are unimportant. It simply means that your belief in yourself cannot be contingent upon what others think of you. You are worthy because you exist, not because of anyone else's perception of you. One of the most powerful ways to build self-belief is through positive self-talk. The thoughts you think and the words you say to yourself have an incredible impact on your mindset and your confidence. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough or that you can't succeed, you'll begin to believe it. On the other hand, if you affirm your strengths, remind yourself of past successes, and speak kindly to yourself, you'll begin to build a positive self-image. It's important to recognize that self-belief isn't about being arrogant or overconfident. It's about having a healthy sense of your abilities and knowing that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Another key aspect of building self-belief is setting small, achievable goals. When we set goals that feel overwhelming or unattainable, it's easy to become discouraged. But when we break those big goals down into smaller, manageable steps, we give ourselves the opportunity to experience success along the way. Each small victory reinforces the belief that we are capable, and these victories build upon one another. Over time, these small wins accumulate and create a powerful sense of self-assurance. It's also important to surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. The people we spend time with can have a profound impact on our mindset and self-belief. Being around supportive, positive individuals who believe in you can help reinforce your own belief in yourself. On the other hand, spending time with negative or critical people can cause self-doubt and undermine your confidence. Make a conscious effort to surround yourself with those who inspire and encourage you to be the best version of yourself. Their belief in you can help strengthen your own. Another practice that can help build self-belief is visualizing success. Take a moment each day to close your eyes and imagine yourself achieving your goals. See yourself confidently navigating challenges, making decisions, and reaching new heights. Visualization is a powerful tool because it helps to create a mental blueprint of success. When you visualize yourself succeeding, you start to see it as a real possibility. And this shifts your mindset from doubt to belief. Finally, understand that building self-belief is an ongoing process. It's not something that happens overnight, and it's not something that can be permanently achieved and then forgotten about. It requires daily practice, a commitment to personal growth, and the willingness to face challenges head-on. It requires patience and compassion with yourself, especially when things don't go according to plan. The road to self-belief is not always smooth, but every step you take brings you closer to a life that reflects your true potential. As you begin to trust in yourself, you'll find that you have the strength and resilience to face whatever comes your way. Self-belief is the driving force that propels you forward, giving you the courage to take risks, make bold choices, and live a life that is aligned with your true purpose. When you believe in yourself, there is no limit to what you can achieve. And with this belief, you can create the life you've always dreamed of, a life that is uniquely yours, full of possibilities, and rich with meaning. Taking action is perhaps the most critical step in starting a new life, because without action, even the best intentions remain just ideas. It's easy to dream, to set goals, and to imagine the future you want, but turning those dreams into reality requires effort, commitment, and the willingness to act. In order to create a new life, you must actively participate in the process, taking steps every day to move toward your desired outcomes. The first thing to recognize about action is that it doesn't need to be grand or monumental. Starting a new life doesn't require you to make sweeping, immediate changes. Small, consistent actions over time are just as powerful, if not more so, than large, sudden leaps. It's often the daily, seemingly insignificant steps that, when taken consistently, lead to remarkable transformations. Whether it's waking up earlier, reading a chapter from a self-help book, or setting aside time to meditate, each of these small actions adds up over time, contributing to your personal growth and to the creation of the life you desire. One of the biggest challenges people face when it comes to taking action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of making the wrong decision, and fear of the unknown can all paralyze us into inaction. We convince ourselves that we need to have everything figured out before we take a step forward. But the truth is, you will never have all the answers, and waiting for the perfect time or the right moment will only keep you stuck. Action does not require perfection, it requires courage. The first step may not always lead to the perfect outcome, but it's a step nonetheless, and it's through these steps that progress is made. It's also important to recognize that failure is a part of action. When you take action, there will be times when things don't go as planned. You may make mistakes, experience setbacks, or encounter challenges along the way. But this is not a reason to stop taking action, it's a reason to keep going. Every failure holds a valuable lesson, teaching you something new about yourself, about what works, and about what doesn't. Embracing failure as part of the process of growth allows you to move forward with resilience and determination. The most successful people are often those who have failed the most because they understand that failure is simply a stepping stone on the road to success. Taking action also means overcoming the natural tendency to procrastinate. Procrastination often stems from fear, self-doubt, or a lack of motivation. We delay taking action because we're unsure of ourselves or because we're overwhelmed by the scope of the task ahead. But procrastination is a barrier to progress. It keeps us stuck in the same place, spinning in circles rather than moving forward. One of the best ways to overcome procrastination is to break down tasks into smaller, manageable chunks. When you focus on one small step at a time, the task becomes less daunting and more achievable. And once you take the first step, momentum begins to build, and it becomes easier to continue. Accountability also plays a vital role in taking action. It's easy to let ourselves off the hook, to put off taking action when we're only accountable to ourselves. But when we share our goals with others or commit to someone else, it holds us more accountable. This external motivation can push us to stay focused, work harder, and continue moving forward, even when the going gets tough. Whether it's through a mentor, a friend, or a support group, having someone to check in with can help keep you on track and prevent you from losing momentum. Another critical element of taking action is the power of consistency. It's not enough to take action once in a while, it's about making consistent progress over time. Small actions, when repeated regularly, compound into significant results. Think of it like exercising one workout may not drastically change your body, but over time, with consistency, your body transforms. The same principle applies to every area of your life. Whether you're building a new career, cultivating a healthy relationship, or working on personal growth, consistency is key to long-term success. It's also essential to remain adaptable and flexible in your actions. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and unexpected challenges will arise. When you take action, it's important to stay open to new possibilities and to adjust your approach when necessary. Flexibility allows you to continue moving forward, even when things don't unfold exactly as you envisioned. Sometimes the path to success is not linear, it's full of twists, turns, and detours. But as long as you keep taking action, you will continue to move closer to your goals. The process of taking action also requires a certain mindset, a mindset that embraces growth, persistence, and the belief that change is possible. You must truly believe that taking action will lead to results. If you approach action with skepticism or doubt, you may find it difficult to stay committed. But when you approach every step with the belief that progress is being made, even when it's slow, you empower yourself to keep going. One of the most important things to remember about taking action is that it's never too late. It doesn't matter how old you are, what mistakes you've made in the past, or how long you've been stuck. Starting a new life is always within your reach, as long as you're willing to take the first step. No matter how small the action, it moves you closer to where you want to be. The key is to start, and then to keep going. So, as you embark on the journey of creating a new life, remember that action is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. And with each step, you become more confident, more capable, and more empowered to create the life you truly deserve. Take that first step, and then the next, and keep moving forward. The future is waiting for you. One of the most essential aspects of starting a new life is embracing the idea of perseverance. The road to transformation is rarely smooth, and challenges will inevitably arise along the way. It's during these moments of struggle that your commitment to your new life will be tested. It's easy to stay motivated when things are going well. But true growth happens when you continue to push forward, even in the face of adversity. Perseverance means refusing to give up, even when the path seems difficult, uncertain, or discouraging. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, and taking the necessary actions to move closer to your goals. It means maintaining your focus on the bigger picture, even when setbacks threaten to derail your progress. When you encounter obstacles, instead of allowing them to defeat you, use them as opportunities to learn and grow stronger. Building perseverance also involves developing mental resilience. You will face moments of doubt and frustration, and it's during these times that you need to dig deep and remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. You must remind yourself that progress, no matter how small, is still progress, and that the difficult moments will eventually pass. The key is not to allow temporary setbacks to overshadow your long-term vision. Perseverance is also about self-compassion. Recognize that you won't always get it right, and that mistakes are part of the process. What matters is your ability to continue moving forward, adjusting when needed, and never losing sight of your goal. Keep your eyes on the prize, And remember that every step, no matter how challenging, brings you closer to the new life you are creating. Perseverance is not about perfection. It's about persistence, determination, and a commitment to your own growth.